Given the recent news, Canelo leaving PBC, would you consider a buyout of your PBC contract to cross the street for the Saul fight?
Fuck no. Bro, I'm just being completely honest with you guys. That's why we're like, you guys, people kept criticizing me saying that I don't even want to pay this and that. I've been making good money, bro, for fucking like 7 years. Really good money. PBC now ain't even taking care of me. So,
All right, so what's your career high payday? So Canelo offers you what y'all call a low ball offer for $5 million. You call that a low ball offer. Your father, as well as your promoter, acknowledge that Team Canelo sent you an offer for $5 million. Now, your team, David Benavidez, respectfully, are talking on both sides of their mouth. Your father says they received the offer from Team Canelo for $5 million and never heard back. Your promoter, Sam Lekowitz, says they received the $5 million from Team Canelo and they rejected it because it was too low. Right? Now, great question. Shout out to Nestor Gibbs of the Boxing Voice. Great question by him. Indicating, would you cross the street? Would you sign a deal to fight Canelo at another network, which is DAZN and Matchroom, right, with Eddie Hearn? You emphatically said no, and you are basically loyal to Al Heyman and the PBC. What did Al Heyman do for you? Because he did not deliver the Canelo fight. Your name was not part of the 3-fight deal when Canelo signed with the PBC. Your name was not part of that. So I stand corrected because I did mention that it was a part of it, but I was going by conjecture. I didn't have any facts or proof, but I know that now stories are being reported that your name was not on the 3-fight deal with Canelo. You got to ask why. So, I'm starting to kind of put the pieces together as to what the hell is really going on. Two scenarios is coming to my head right now. The first scenario is both Canelo and David Benavidez. Yes, both Canelo and David Benavidez do not want to fight each other. Neither one is really pressing to fight. You just clearly saw the man, David Benavidez, says he will not sign over to another network to fight Canelo. But you got to go to PBC to fight him, right? And when Canelo was signed to PBC, your name wasn't even on the list as part of the 3-fight deal. Make it make sense. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is these guys are in cahoots. These guys are in cahoots, both Canelo and Benavidez. They secretly signed some deal to fight in September, right? So it's one of those two scenarios, but the boxing narratives change literally every second. It's like a new narrative, a new storyline, something new is happening, depending on who you are, like Canelo Alvarez, where your story changes every day. But the thing about it is with Canelo, he's not saying anything. That's the one thing I could say. Tim Benavidez is talking a lot. Benavidez Sr., Sam Lekowitz, they're talking every day, putting out these narratives. But Team Canelo, they're sitting back quiet. The only thing that Team Canelo is really doing, which is Eddie Reynoso, is playing defense. He's basically seeing the stories that are out there and responding to false narratives that Team Benavidez is creating by saying that Tim Benavidez offered Canelo between $55 to $60 million, and Eddie Reynoso emphatically denied those claims, right? So, yeah, man, narratives and stories keep changing every day depending on who you are, like a Canelo Alvarez. But like I said, Canelo has been sitting back pretty much quiet and strategic, and his next move will be an announcement, hopefully soon, to announce his next fight for May and September of this year. Names are still out there, even though he signed with DAZN, where they say, well, we're going to give you Edgar Berlanga and Jaime Munguia. But then Bernie the Boxer just recently said that they're signed to fight, or they're hopeful that Canelo will fight then in September. He even said that Canelo put Team Crawford on top of the list to fight in September. So, it's just so much narratives happening, man. It's crazy how one somebody else says one thing, Team Canelo says one thing, Team Canelo said, "Oh yeah, I'm not fighting no damn Canelo Alvarez." That was his most recent interview. I'm not fighting no my bad. I'm not fighting no Bud Crawford, and that was his most recent interview. Right, so it's just like I said, this is so many damn narratives and stories changing every day. It's really hard to keep up with these stories and these headlines, man. But hey, anyway, man, shout out to Nestor Gibbs and the Boxing Voice. Great question by Nestor, asking the question to David Benavidez: will he cross the street to fight Canelo? And he emphatically said no. So it is what it is. Those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below. Till next time, signing out. Peace.